I want to talk to you today about a journey, not a physical journey, but a journey within, a journey to find the present moment through meditation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Meditation? Isn't that just sitting in silence and trying not to think? Isn't it just for those Zen people who float around on clouds? But let me tell you, it's so much more than that. And it's a journey that has transformed my life in ways I never thought possible. Let's start with the concept of the present moment. We hear it all the time, right? Be present. Live in the now. But what does that really mean? For so long, I was caught up in the whirlwind of life, constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. I was either stressing about my to-do list or replaying old conversations in my head, wishing I had said something differently. Sound familiar? It's like we're all on this hamster wheel, running and running, but never really getting anywhere. Then, I stumbled upon meditation. At first, I was skeptical. I remember the first time I sat down to meditate. I thought, okay, how hard can this be? I set a timer for 5 minutes, closed my eyes, and nothing. My mind was a chaotic mess of thoughts. Grocery lists, work deadlines, that awkward moment from last week, it was all there, swirling around like a storm. I opened my eyes after what felt like an eternity, only to find that barely a minute had passed. I was frustrated. I thought meditation was supposed to be calming, but all I felt was overwhelmed. But here's the thing. Meditation is not about silencing your mind. It's about observing it. It's about acknowledging your thoughts without judgment and gently guiding your focus back to the present. So I decided to give it another shot. I learned that meditation is a practice, not a perfection. Just like going to the gym, you don't expect to lift the heaviest weights on your first day. You start small, and you build up over time. So, I committed to sitting down every day, even if just for a few minutes. As the days turned into weeks, something began to shift. I started to notice the little things around me, the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the simple act of breathing. I found myself becoming more aware of my body, my thoughts, and my feelings. Instead of trying to push away the chaos, I learned to sit with it. I realized that those racing thoughts were just that, thoughts. They didn't define me, and they didn't need to control my experience. One of the biggest breakthroughs for me was understanding that the present moment is always available. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you can tap into it. It's like a hidden treasure that's just waiting for you to discover it. I began to practice mindfulness in my everyday life. Whether I was washing the dishes, walking my dog, or even just sitting in traffic, I would focus on the sensations around me. The warm water on my hands, the feeling of the leash in my grip, the sound of the engine humming. Each moment became an opportunity to connect with the present. Now let's talk about the science behind this. Research has shown that meditation can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance overall well-being. It's not just some new age trend, it's backed by science. Studies have found that regular meditation practice can actually change the structure of your brain, increasing the gray matter in areas associated with memory, emotional regulation, and empathy. So, if you're looking for a way to boost your mental health, meditation might just be the key. But here's the kicker. It's not a quick fix. It's not like taking a magic pill that suddenly makes everything better. It takes time, patience, and consistency. There were days when I sat down to meditate and felt like I wasn't making any progress. I'd get frustrated and think, why am I even doing this? But then I'd remind myself that every little bit counts. Even if I felt restless or distracted, I was still showing up for myself, and that was what mattered. As I continued on this journey, I began to notice the ripple effects in my life. I became more patient with myself and others. I started to respond to situations instead of reacting. I found that I could navigate the ups and downs of life with a little more grace. When challenges arose, I didn't feel as overwhelmed because I had this anchor to return to, the present moment. It became my refuge, a place where I could find clarity amid the chaos. I also discovered the power of gratitude. Meditation helped me cultivate a deeper appreciation for the little things. I started keeping a gratitude journal, jotting down 3 things I was thankful for each day. It could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning or a kind word from a friend. This practice shifted my perspective from what I lacked to what I had, and it opened my eyes to the beauty of everyday life. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That all sounds great, but I'm too busy to meditate. I get it. Life is hectic. We all have responsibilities, jobs, families, and a million things vying for our attention. But here's the truth. You don't need to carve out an hour every day to meditate. Even just a few minutes can make a difference. Start small. Try a guided meditation on your lunch break, or take a few deep breaths while waiting for your coffee to brew. It's about finding those pockets of time throughout your day and using them to reconnect with yourself. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of meditation, remember that it doesn't have to be about sitting in silence. There are so many different forms of meditation: walking meditations, loving kindness practices, body scans, and more. Explore what resonates with you. Find a style that feels authentic and enjoyable. The goal is to create a practice that nourishes you, not adds to your stress. As I reflect on my journey, I realize that finding the present moment through meditation has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. It's not about achieving some lofty goal or reaching a state of bliss. It's about embracing the here and now with all its imperfections and beauty. It's about learning to befriend your thoughts and emotions rather than fighting against them. And in doing so, you create space for growth, healing, and connection. So, if you're feeling lost in the noise of life, I encourage you to give meditation a try. Take that first step on your journey. You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself and the world around you. The present moment is waiting for you, and it's more accessible than you think. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. So sit down, breathe, and allow yourself to be fully present. You deserve it.